What is up guys, it's your boy Solam here, back with another classic WoW video. So today we're going to be talking about a pretty interesting topic that at least I think is interesting, and we're going to be talking about the upcoming announcement on May 13th, and I've talked about what I think it is. I think it's hardcore servers, but today I want to talk about the fact that we might be getting hardcore servers and not just like fresh classic WoW servers. A lot of people are speculating we're getting both hardcore servers and fresh classic at the same time, and I've hinted at this before myself as well. It's something that I said I wanted to happen just to make sure that everyone is happy at the same time. That way the people that don't want to play hardcore, they can play regular fresh classic WoW instead of playing hardcore. Now recently I've gotten something else in mind and I think it might not be a good idea after all, and in this video I'll try my best to explain why. If you want a further discussion on this, then find me on Twitch, the link is down below. Make sure to give me a follow. I'm streaming classic WoW and classic hardcore every single day, except for Mondays, but 6 days per week we're streaming classic hardcore, boys. Either way, let's get right into the discussion between hardcore servers and fresh classic WoW servers, and why I personally don't think they're coming out at the same time. Okay, let's go. Okay, it's time to have a chat, boys, and I'm just gonna start this by saying this is my opinion. Nothing is confirmed, at least as of the time I'm recording this, but the video should be coming up this week, and we're gonna be seeing more about exactly what's happening on May 13th, which is when Blizzard is having an announcement on the Hardcore All-Stars tournament. Like, Blizzard is literally being there in person and having an announcement, so on that date we will know what's happening. I am just speculating here and sharing my point of view. So I think we're only getting hardcore servers and not a fresh run of classic WoW, and people have been speculating that we're getting both at the same time, because let's be real, hardcore will not be for everyone, the death equals delete element will not be for everyone, and also if they just came out with softcore instead of hardcore, that would also not be for everyone. So it's kind of like, you can't make everyone happy at the same time. At some point you just have to think about what's best for the community and what's best for the game as well. Now previously I have stated that fresh hardcore and fresh irregular classic WoW servers at the same time could be the best way, because that way everyone can be happy at the same time. But think about it this way, the people that want to play hardcore probably also want to play a fresh run of classic WoW, and to some degree we have to limit how many fresh runs we have. So if we have hardcore servers and fresh classic WoW right now coming in, let's say June or when it comes out, right? If we have both at the same time, then the reality is the people that want to play both, they have to choose. It's very difficult to play two versions of classic WoW at the same time, where leveling literally takes you 1 to 2 weeks if you play concurrently 24/7. Like, for a normal person, by the time you're level 60, you usually have between 10 and 14 days played. It is possible to do it faster by using a leveling guide like RestedXP, linked down below by the way, or being a very good speed leveler, but for most people it will take 10 to 14 days of played time. So if you play 12 hours a day, that's 1 month of play. So if you want to play both hardcore and fresh classic, and they both come out at the same time, if you want to literally get to level 60 on both, it will take you 2 months, right? And that is if you play 12 hours per day. So if you play 6 hours per day, it will take you 4 months to just get one level 60 on each server. And even though I get it, like, some people only want to play hardcore and some people only want to play fresh classic, there are a lot of people who would enjoy both. And to do the best thing for classic WoW as a game, I think it would be to space it out, because think about it this way, if we get both right now, we get a lot of news and a lot of things happening all at once, but I can pretty much guarantee you, if that happens, we're not going to hear anything about anything else happening for 1.5 or 2 years, right? In that case, they're just going to let the hardcore servers run their time span, and they're going to let the fresh classic WoW servers run their time span. So if we want to keep the hype we currently have and make sure, like, give us constant spikes of adrenaline and hype spikes, they need to be on the top of the game with news. So for example, we could get hardcore servers now, and what if we get fresh classic WoW servers in December? Literally this year, a huge fresh rerun of Classic WoW in December at the end of this year. That way people can play hardcore, and I know right now if we get both servers at the same time, some people will prefer to, you have to make a choice, right? And even if you want to give hardcore a try, if you get both, if you're not like blessed on hardcore and you really want to play hardcore, chances are you probably won't. But if you only get hardcore servers, you might end up giving it a try, and who knows, you might end up really enjoying it. Plus, there's a huge chunk of people who really want to play both, using a kind of a Solheim logic analogy that I mentioned in a comment recently. It's kind of like, imagine you're a 10-year-old or something, and your parents gives you snacks for the weekend. So they give you a bag of chips and a chocolate bar, and they give you both at the same time, and let's imagine you have to finish one before the other one. In this case, you have to make a choice on which one you eat first. But what if they give you one, like, instead of giving you both at the same time, they could give you one early in the evening and one late in the evening. That way you will have snacks the entire evening, instead of finishing all your snacks in 10 minutes, right? So you constantly have something good to eat while you're watching TV or whatever, instead of getting everything at once. And that is what I think about when I think that they should really space out hardcore servers and fresh classic WoW. Because if you're waiting for classic WoW, you can probably wait until December anyway. If I was waiting for hardcore servers, I wouldn't really mind the wait, so whatever they come out with first, I'm going to be happy here. I just don't think we should get everything at once. Keep the hype coming, keep the news coming, we can have like a fresh run of classic WoW, we can have hardcore servers, we can have Season of Mastery 2, and all in all it should be leading up to one thing, right? Classic Plus. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Classic Plus is way late down the line. It's probably gonna be like late 2023, no, late 2024, so next year, late next year, or it's like 2 or 3 years away. For a perfect Classic Plus, we are so far away yet. We can do a full run of Classic WoW, we can do a Season of Mastery 2, Season of Mastery 3, gathering data on which changes people enjoy, and we can even do hardcore. There's so many things we can do, and we don't need to rush it. Just make sure they give us all the news, space it out a little bit, and personally I really would enjoy that. It might be a little bit selfish because I will play hardcore no matter what, but I just think for the long-term health of Classic WoW, they should space it out. This way there will always be something fresh coming to the game, and let's be real, people want to play fresh. So if you get fresh hardcore right now, that will cause a massive spike of players returning to the game, and if you wait until December to do another regular fresh of classic WoW like 2019, going through phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4, that's gonna cause another big spike of players. And just thinking about their quarterly revenue monthly, their quarterly earnings reports, right, it makes so much sense. So not only is this what I want to happen, it's also actually like what I think will happen. It just makes a lot of sense. Either way, I just wanted to talk about that today, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you want to tell me how wrong I am, then do that as well in the comments, or come and shout at me on Twitch. Once again, I'm probably going to be live when you're watching this. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, leave a sub. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.